darkest moments of your life, your mind, your thoughts. We're going to talk about it this morning, marijuana motivation. But soon, as you can see, it'll come through the trees and then it'll be a blessing. There'll be so much light that it'll shine out every darkness you've ever had in your life. And in that, ah, that's how we shine, y'all. That's how we shine, bro. You let them dark clouds go by, bro. And then the sun can't wait to come out. Look at that, baby. Boom, baby. Boom. Rise and shine. It's your morning marijuana motivation time. You're hosted with the Moses Mark saying, we shining out here, bro. We shining out here. It's so nice. This is in the light, the love of light, the life of love. This whole thing we're going to talk about this morning, and just being addicted to our thoughts, being addicted to our own emotions, and being addicted to toxic mentalities that we want to put everything on everybody but our own accountability. And that's the only way you're going to get free. You got to get accountable, because that gives you reflections you ain't seen. You got to get the perspective of, I am the master commander of my own ship, but also I made those decisions and I got to stick with it. If you are really trying to get healthy, if you're really trying to battle these emotions we all got in our heads, you're going to have to keep it real with yourself. And that's the one thing Ali G always said, keep it real. You know what I mean, mate? Keep it real. Fresh water in the morning, every morning. A lot of sun. Got to shine out the darkness. Accountability. Got to keep it clean, above board. And you're going to have these questions, if you know what I mean. We're going to go and do this morning marijuana motivation. Your boy Marky Sane already got the weed haul from yesterday, 100 grams of awesome weed. But I'm mentally exhausted because I went to go get a massage and my ex is telling everybody that I'm beating her. That's right. I'm the one that was aggressive. I'm the one that came at you like a spider monkey trying to headbutt you. It's all true. That was me. I can acknowledge it. That's what's real. And the truth of it is that's not what's real. That's not what happened. And unfortunately, people will always like to tell their version of the story, and they don't want to keep it real. Apparently, she snuck behind me. I was sitting there, and she was like tiptoeing around me and shit, because that's what people do when they tell lies. If you were all about it, maintainer, if you were all about it, you wouldn't hide from your own truth. You know? Honestly flawed over here at Saints Addiction. I had to come clean with it. I was just like, holy shit, I'm wasting all this time and energy on stupid shit. It's the truth of it. You know, you're the one that's drinking every weekend. It's the truth of it. You know what I mean? You got to come to the clean truth of your life, bro. You don't want your life to come clean. You got to come clean to your life. You got to be like, you know what? I haven't been so clean with my life. You know what? I have been making errors and judgments and doing things that I'm not proud of. You know what? I too can change these things in my life. I can pull down the dirty laundry and actually scrub it. I can fucking look at myself constructively and objectively and go like, this is what's happening and this is what I can do to change it. If I fucking put in the chemicals for the mental toxicity, how can I not put in the chemicals for the positivity? And this is what it's all about. Let me get my back into the office, the jungle office. You know what I'm saying? Got the internet working, so now I don't have to worry about it cutting out any much what moment it want to. You know what I mean? And then we got plenty of weed. You know what I'm saying? Because that's just how we roll. This is how we do it. This is how we do it. Now. Third one. Finally. Got the impetus so I don't get eaten alive out here with the mosquitoes. So I keep the fan on me. I keep that thing on me. Yeah, you're done. All the mosquitoes, you're done for. And the mental toxicity, let's go. It's gonna be tough because a lot of these things we're doing subconsciously, right? Like there's a lot of things that happen in your childhood you might not know. This is getting cleaner. I don't know. Looks like it. Okay. And the struggle's real. You know, you're going to learn lessons in life that are going to teach you deeply. They're going to give you some sort of shine. You know, give you some kind of shine. My Zodiac's on shirts. I might as well. It's fucking hot as fuck out. Taurus baby. Taurus baby. In 2 days I turn 44. Taurus baby. Come and get your Zodiacs on shirts, baby. Let's go. Leg out. Let's go. So, the point of getting up in the morning and the point of doing a morning marijuana motivation and doing this whole thing and getting my motivation on to learn about me. I've been on the journey a whole fucking year, and the old me knew I was going through depression again because I've experienced my whole life. Knew that I was going to have to battle some shit because that's just how life is. You want it to be smooth, but really you don't. You know what I mean? You only get to learn from your obstacles. You ain't going to learn nothing on the couch. And you are definitely going to learn nothing unless you take the jump and learn how to fly. And we don't know how to fly. So let's just put it out there like that. Let's go. Joy Weed Club. Shout out to Matt Tainer. Shout out to Futurola Tyson Raps. Mike Tyson Paper Raps. That's right. That's right. That's right. Hell, shout out even to RCB out in Barcelona who gave me this grinder a year ago, and I'm still using it, bruh. Shout out everybody. I'm starting to feel tingly because I think today is today Friday? Today's Friday. So not only is it Friday night, but it's also my birthday weekend. Sunday I'll be 44. I don't know what to do with myself. I think I'm going to go make burgers with my buddy. Stay out of trouble, not put my hands on anybody, not have anybody put their hands on me, and we'll keep it kosher that way. Technically, if you don't put hands on nobody, nobody will put hands on you. Last I checked, that's just Mother Nature. That's just the law of the land. If you want the untold story on the Serengeti, you know, fuck around, find out. Fuck around with somebody today. Fuck with their peace. Test their resolve, right? Keep irritating motherfuckers and see if they don't do something about it. There's a kid that goes around on TikTok, makes videos going in the hood, and you're like, man, let me clap them cheeks. And he's like, what'd you say to me in the gym? What'd you say to me? Girls are like all offended, can't wait, man. Got to protect themselves. And he's using words to offend them, but then he's got like a little clapper behind him. I want to clap cheeks, you know what I mean? And then they get all embarrassed and you didn't mean it. People in the hood mean it. Yeah, you want to get beat? You want to get beat up? Beat up in the hood is an aggressive term. That means you're throwing hands. And catch these hands too really quick. You don't want to know about that. This shit really happens, bro. Motherfuckers be acting like they can just talk to you any which way and there won't be any repercussions, right? Like you can't just be so toxic to motherfuckers that you can't expect people to not want to protect themselves, right? And in all actualities, you know, I'm not physical to physical people are physical with me, right? The other day, it was about almost like a month ago, 2 months ago, 3 months ago, when homeboy was pulling my homegirl's hair at the club, and I told him, don't do that shit. I pushed that fool out the fucking club. Well, you like that, don't you? He started it, right? Like, come on, man. Don't be putting hands on girls, bro. These are my friends. They didn't turn out to be much friends in the end. I'm all protecting their honor and their safety, and they don't give a shit. But it happened, you know what I mean? It almost happened twice the next month with my friend Linda and some dude acting all over her. She encouraged it. So I walked away. No physical violence today. You're not going to get me riled up like that. But you definitely ain't going to come at me and try to grab my phone, smash it, throw it, do whatever you were going to do to it, or come at me or physically touch me. I still got a scar, bro. I got scars, bro. Scars on my skin from people scratching and hitting at me. And for them to go around and go like, oh, yeah, Mark did that. Yeah, he cheated on me. Bro, you left me on a motorcycle with some other dude. Not a blink, not a wink. Been gone for 2 weeks, 3 weeks now, and then you're on some, oh, I spent all my time with you. Disappeared for 4 days. Didn't come back the next night. Didn't come and make it all right. Didn't talk about it. You rather talk to my motherfucking massage lady, bro. This mental toxicity is enough for me, man. I've been studying so much about narcissism and my own shit for 3 years now. Not just her. From the last a narcissistic Aquarius, dude. The people that don't mind killing my babies, the people that don't mind driving me crazy, the people that don't mind pushing the buttons all the way up the elevator. We are our own worst nightmare. We are the people that create these actions, right? Like there's no reaction, then there's no action, and then nothing would happen. But we're the instigators of these things. That's why I have an distinct addiction to instigator stuff. There's people that like rile motherfuckers up. There are people that like to fuck shit up. And only just to watch the world burn, and probably because they're burning inside. Some men watch the world burn. It's not about money. It's not about safety. It's not about abuse even anymore. It's about power, control, and perception. And as long as you perceive or think that you got other people to perceive that you're more saintly than you are, or that you're virtual signaling, or that your shit don't stink, then you're not communicating with yourself. it's like it's like Winston Churchill getting on the bus, one of the night raids, and everybody was shocked. Women with children. It's a public bus. The leader of the free world was on the bus, and he asked them all their opinions. He got in there with the people, the commoners. I don't want to risk your lives, but they're coming at us, and they're like, fuck them. Let's go. I'm my child in my hands. You know what I mean? Like, you ain't fucking taking my rights, mate. And he needed that day. You need to look your people in the eye and go, I'm costing our lives. The actions I'm taking is costing lives. And I want to make sure that before I count your life, that your life is counted for. And he could be a drinker. He could be very bipolar. These things are known about Winston Churchill. And I got a picture with him out there in London. But god damn it, if you don't need somebody to communicate with, god damn, if you don't need somebody to just go step their shit aside and go, okay, all bullshit aside, all rumors aside, all of it aside, this is what's really real. And until you can get real with yourself, you're not sneaking around or gossiping or trying to change the narrative. You need to write the next chapter. That's the only way you change the narrative. If you want people to not believe that you're a narcissist, be empathetic. If you want people to believe, because it's a belief, not only you got to believe it in actions and words and consequences, but also to convey these virtual signals to people and stuff like that, you got to actually feed the homeless. Imagine that. I talked to my spiritual mentor, and he's like, Mark, the narcissists don't feed the homeless. Now, I might record it, I might post it, I might tell people, hey, you can come down and feed with us. Yeah. But to virtual signal, like I wasn't the guy that was homeless there with them. I didn't ever get to make it to the soup line. I was blessed enough to sleep in a fucking car. But is the Pain Olympics like you weren't homeless enough? I was definitely homeless. I was definitely taking showers at the gym. I was definitely calling my friends just to get $10 so I can get a Chipotle bowl and eat it twice for that day. It's not as pretty as you want it to look. And the aesthetics are always so pretty, right? Everything on the outside's good to go. But it doesn't fucking matter if the engine doesn't work. You could have the prettiest car you want, but without the basics like tires, it's not going anywhere. You need all the parts to work for it to be an efficient car, for it to run smoothly. And you want to run smoothly? Have you been running in the sunshine? Have you been doing your gratitudes morning, noon, and night? Have you been praying before meals? I'm asking. Not that this is the way I do it, but I mean, just asking. You know what I mean? Have you done something nice for someone today? Right? Not just yourself, but like other people. Can you be altruistic enough to say, okay, let me get out of my mind. Let me get out of this toxicity. Let me get out of this mentality and go do something for someone else. Like, be of service. It's the ultimate feeling, and I don't know how to quantify the feeling, even though I've been feeling homeless for 10 years, this is a different feeling, but it lets me know that I'm not the only one on the boat. And if I want the boat to float, I'm going to have to get along. You know what I'm saying? Like Noah's Ark. We're all going to have to get along. It's not just the Saint boat. It's not the Mark boat. It's not even the tourist boat. It's a human boat. And as a human, I like to think that I have better skill sets at it than throwing tantrums or yelling at people or cursing at people right? Like I felt so good that I didn't have to raise my voice. I felt so good that I didn't have to put my hands on somebody, that I've been walking away from all the conflicts. I've been doing better at it. Imagine that. I learned something. But all that being said, right, it's still not enough. It's still not enough to not be toxic. You know, it's still not enough to be an empath. It's not enough to have fucking crystals, mate. It's in the practice of it. It's in the practice of it. Do you practice it at all? You know, this is what it is. It's all about practicing. And in the act of everyday ikagi and going into the practices that you follow, maybe you don't want to fucking put your spoon the same way, like a tea, like you're on a tea time, or doing something with the very repetitive, like the sword has to go in a certain way. Something with samurai shit. Besides for super repetitive shit, right? There are things in your mind where you're gonna come across a homeless person someday soon, where you're gonna have food. If it's a dog, you're gonna be donating that food. I got people that buy extra food just so they feed it straight to the dog. That's right. $3 bills, $5 bills, straight to the dog. Would they donate to a human? I'm not quite sure. Choice up to you. Elderly, children, pets, homeless. I know who you're donating to. Battered women. We give to everybody, bro. That's what Saintsgiving's so cool about. I'm working on it with the homie. We're gonna turn it into an app. It's gonna be dope. The give back is real. Hell, we might even launch Travel by Saint so you can give back to the places that you travel. You know, I'm working on some things right now. I'm working on not only business, but me. My mental toxicity, the way that I can be so stubborn, and I'm the most stubborn sign in the fucking zodiac, and then I just see things so black and white. Like that ain't right. I call it out. That ain't right. And when I'm saying these things, right, I'm being real with myself. I'm being real with the true, authentic me, because I can't lie to him. You can lie to the outside world as much as you want. You can live in denial. You can live in addiction. You can live, oh, I'm not an addict. You know, not me. I've never, I've never once sat in a room alone and did drugs by myself. I never once felt so bad that I quickly pounded some alcohol. I never once uh, got angry at somebody because I didn't have my coffee. I've never lost my temper in my life. Bull fucking shit, man. Bull fucking shit. We've all fought our siblings, right? We've all gotten into arguments. I don't know anybody that's walking around here like Jesus walks, bro. It ain't happening. But we want to virtue signal it. We want to pretend that we are the hero in our journey, but we're also the villain. God damn. I said, God damn, I said it all. Used to be hard, now I'm just wet and soft. It used to be hard, now you're just wet and soft. Remember that? Anybody? With no Vaseline. Yeah, man. And I'm no better than anybody else, bro. You know, I've been the one to thanks Matt Tanner. These are dope. Smell proof. Um I've been in the situations. I've dated the wrong women. I've done the wrong drugs. I've been in jail. Fuck, dude, I'm telling you, convict up front, bro. And I keep saying it. The fucking prisons are filled with a lot of dudes that can't handle their own emotions, right? Like we're surrounded by. I was just watching my friend. He posts all the time of all the fights that are happening down on Fremont Street in Vegas. And another guy was on the hood, and it was just like, yeah, man, another motherfucking man on the hood with his hands tied behind his back, restrained, in his most angry way. And she felt so victimized. And I was like, you've never felt victimized. You've never been pulled over for something that you didn't do. Get your whole car search, what do they call it? A federal pullover, which means the guns are drawn. That means there's 6 SUV cops behind you. That means you're immediately in handcuffs, and then they start asking questions and reading your Miranda rights. That means your whole day and life is changing immediately in front of you. And as much as frustrated and fearful as you are, they will still restrain you, hold you down, and even maybe beat you a little bit, bro. Police brutality is a real motherfucking thing. We don't want to think it is, but then it came. Rodney King. I was a kid when it happened. Was it 96 or something? And it was all over the news. It had like transformed. It was like one of the first viral videos, bro, of seeing this guy trying to fight off these cops, 6, 7, 8 cops just wailing on him, wailing on him. And of course, everybody's, well, he's a black man. He was resisting arrest, da 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 da. And then you ask yourself, at what level of restraint are we doing? Are we doing 3-second headlocks like stop? Or are we doing baton waving with 6 other motherfuckers, bro? I think we had tasers by then. But either way, it's not an envious job, and it's definitely not the response, right? You don't need to be responding to people like that. We are citizens first, but pretty soon you get turned into an animal. I've been in prison. They don't care what kind of food they give you. I've been pushed up against the cinder block wall and got a black eye from the fucking my hands cuffed behind my back, and then I got pushed up against the wall and got a bruise on my face. You wouldn't know about police brutality. You wouldn't know about your rights being offended when you're trying to get toilet paper and they won't even give you any till like Wednesday. Like, what? There's so many things that you get literally micro fucking offended on a regular basis in jail, where some punk ass fucking, I still remember that dude because he was the same age as me. Oh, you went to Boulder? He was trying to chop it up with me, right? Shoot the shit. And he's like, oh man, I went to basic. And I'm like, we're the same age, and this dude's fat as fuck. Been doing it for years. And sassy as shit. Can you imagine that kind of attitude? It's almost the complete opposite of hospitality, right? Well, welcome, da 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 da. Let me be nicer to you. You're not getting any service, any human decency in these situations, bro. It's so mentally toxic. You wonder what PTSD looks like, bro. Try coming out of prison. Try coming after war. Try coming after some extreme loss. And then you'd be like, oh, life isn't so fair anymore. It isn't so black and white as I like it to be. I'm not so innocent as I pretend to be, right? No, I've seen people do shady shit all the fucking time. It's what it is. It's the human condition. One person thinks they're more clever than the other monkey, and then that monkey tries to steal. We still steal. We still cheat. We still lie on a constant basis, bro. Learning about grandiose narcissism. And when I was a kid, I used to lie to people because I was Southern California. I used to tell them, because it was LA and stuff. I was like, yeah, I'm from LA. I was from Simi Valley, bro. But would they know? Probably not. But it's still California, it's still Southern California. But I'm not from Compton, right? I wasn't hanging out with fucking Dre and Snoop. You know what I mean? Like, why pretend? That ain't what it was. But it made me feel like a narcissist, a little bit more important. I could get maybe the sympathy from somebody, and I would use that sympathy as like, oh, feel bad for me. I don't need anybody to feel bad for me. I'm the one that made all my own decisions, man. You couldn't have stopped me in that park fucking telling my pregnant girl to get the fuck out of the car. You couldn't stop me from being overly emotional when I was trying to commit suicide when I was 19 and jumping off the Hoover Dam waterside. Nobody could reach me till I wanted to reach myself. And this is why it's so hard, is because every time you're trying to talk with somebody to get sober, or you want them to live better and you're trying to talk to them, they're barely talking to themselves. If you ain't brushed your teeth in a fucking week, who's going to talk to you? How are you going to be an effective communicator, right? No, you're still lost in the sauce. You're still believing in the negativity. You're still feeling some type of way, as we say in the South. And if you stay in the feels, right, then nothing gets real. You just in the cloud of emotions that we all mostly live in. It's like, it's not the actuality of what's happening, it's the way we feel about what's happening. And that's why I said in the thing, we're addicted to our emotions. Dispenza's saying it's so true. We can't wait to get a hit of that feeling again. Daddy issues, mommy issues, the accident. Get some sympathy from people. I can't believe it was 17 years ago, that accident, right? And like, some people, you tell them a story and they still get pissed. You get fired up. Oh, that motherfucker stole from me. And it was like, that was 25 years ago. Feuds last forever, right? And it's just one of those things where wow, we can't wait to run to that favorite part of the movie, fast forward to the favorite part of the scene, and feel that same intensity. It's like why we're watching movie clips on YouTube. You can't handle the truth, right? You can't handle the truth. The truth of it. You can't handle the motherfucking truth, and that's what's coming out. And when you're real with yourself, that's what I love about Saints Addiction, man. Is I had to get real with myself. I was like, I was doing drugs alone. Started crying. I was looking at the pamphlet of addiction. I'll never forget. And I was doing some cocaine at the time, and by myself. And it said, "Do you do drugs by yourself?" And I was like, "Oh no, I can deny some of the points, right? I can have some denial. I'm not an addict. You know, I'm not stealing from my mama. I'm not, you know what I mean. I'm not putting needles in my arms. But was I sad enough to do drugs by myself? It was happening while I was reading the pamphlet, and I started to cry. And then I got one buddy who was, "Marky, you're an addict," and wanted to kind of make fun of me. And thanks, John. I appreciate it, Dick. But he don't even talk to me anymore either. Such a sober person. He won't even talk to me because I'm not completely sober. I'm Cali sober. I still smoke weed, and that's not sober enough for the AA community or NA community. But I believe in a middle ground. I believe in what's the word, moderation. I believe that these chemicals are so strong, especially like this plant or some of the things that people snort or inject, are so strong that they're literally rewiring our pathways anyway. So every day you're either making your own mental pathway toxic chemicals. There's chemical, emotional, and physical. So either you're physically changing your body, like with the push-ups, sit-ups, blah blah blah, chemically changing your bodies with like pills and shit like that, or emotionally changing your body by having the same thoughts and reliving scenarios over and over again. Just replaying, 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 getting the buzz off of it, and not even notice. Shit, you don't even notice your dopamine buzz when you check a message on your phone. It's just so subtle. And that's what coffee's like. It's just so subtle. You know, I'm not an addict, but I'm very repetitive. And you're like, yeah, bro, all of us, all the monkeys, going to the same tree for their favorite fruit, going to the same Starbucks for their favorite coffee. Fucking monkeys, bro. But we pretend that we're the higher species. The truth of it is, we're still very fucking emotional. We're still very vulnerable. We still have so many insecurities and diseases and other things that's gonna fuck us the fuck up. And it's like, welcome to the human experience, motherfuckers. Welcome to the human experience where our toxic mental thoughts can create a toxic environment that it literally starts programming us to be addicted to these feelings. It literally sends signals in us, chemical balances inside of us that says, boom, fire, trauma, age 4. Yep, missile launched. And since we're really on to the buzz, let's launch 2 more missiles about when I didn't get what I wanted for my birthday when I was 5. And since I'm on a buzz and dopamine gives you a drawback, I need more. Let me think of 3 more things. And then we start stacking our anxiety. We start stacking our story. We'll build ourselves up till we feel right inside. And the truth is, the only way you're going to feel right inside is becoming clean. That's why you tell your own self be true. Once you start coming clean, right? Not NA clean, AA clean, but talking to this clean and go, ooh, shit. I have been treating people like shit. I have been abusive. I have been out of pocket many a times. And it's time I call myself out on it. It's high time I call myself out on my bullshit. And that's pretty much what I do with my show anyway. It's just going like, honestly flawed, bro. Honestly flawed. And if you're walking on water, amen to you. But for the rest of us, it might be a joint, it might be coffee, and it might be nasty in the morning. And it might even be a cigarette. What else the motherfucker do in the morning? Masturbate. What else? Play on our phone and not leave our beds. Um, Smash sugar filled foods. First thing in the morning, muffins, fucking donuts, sugary cereals. It all adds up, bro. It all adds up. And I'm trying to make it the math right. I'm trying to make this mental toxicity right. I'm getting my mind right. This is the first half hour of this show, but we're gonna go because I need to Um, I'm gonna show you this other part of this video I've been learning. So this is the part where you come into, you know, come into the classroom because your boy is a teacher and I am learning. I'm not above learning. And you're gonna make it work. So I've been pounding the YouTube videos. I'm on the YouTube platform. Why is this not? I don't have the best signal on this phone. I bought some more internet yesterday. I got all my shit done. Got my fucking mosquito net. Got my minutes topped up. And now, okay. Hopefully I get this show showed up too. Come on, man. Come on now. You get me doing that to me now. Give it to me now. Give it to me now. Give it to me now. Can't believe I'm turning 44. Can't believe I creeped in the back door. Can't believe I'm this mentally strong. I can't believe I got this aware. I can't believe that it's this rare. And I gotta believe that I'm still swinging, still breathing, still strong, still standing, still strong. Being able to work the chemicals in my body, because I already know what Joe Dispenza's saying. I already know there's a chemical war going on inside of me, and I'm not trying to control it by pills. I'd much rather control it by exercise, right? Not exercise the demons. And I know you know what I'm talking about, halos and horns. And learn this fucking life, this time around. Not next life, not like when all my friends were talking about ayahuasca trips and how they've done vipassana, sitting there for 10 days quiet, being stoic, talking to your problems instead of your talking around your problems, instead of trying to distract yourself, which is all of us. Don't be mad. It's all of us. It's unfortunate, but it's all of us. And I didn't want to, unfortunately, realize my pitfalls. It happens so many times in front of me, having all my equipment in my shop, even though the dude came in and I knew he was going to steal things. He came in 3 days before I got evicted and kind of clocked everything that they were going to take. And I knew it. And I still didn't get my stuff, the stuff of value, my print equipment, all my fucking vape pens, $5,000 worth of inventory stolen from me. It's enough that I got evicted and I had to move out, and then my business was a failure and the cops were harassing me and I had all these fines and I pumped so much money and time into the thing. Was it enough to steal from me at the end too? He said, call it tuition. I had to learn a life lesson. And life lessons are expensive. Life lessons are super fucking expensive, bro. And we pay with flesh and blood. It's not just cash out of hand. It's your teeth, it's your skin when you're smoking cigarettes, it's your health when you're doing meth, it's your liver and your kidneys when you're drinking. Something's costing. We might show up at the wedding like we got it together and can hold down the champagne. Somebody's usually throwing up in their best wedding dress, right? Doing shit not to impress, but to self-destruct. And what's the worst part is not being able to enjoy these experiences. I take them all as they come. I want to know me. I want to know me. I want to know other human beings. I want to know why they react that way to me. I see people stare at me. Me and my friend went to go get the weed. He's got a big white beard like me. I got a big brown beard. Two dudes, just fucking short dudes, heading fucking go pick up some weed on the back of a motorbike. He looked like my dad. You know what I mean? Could have been my uncle. You know what I mean? Like, we looked like two peas in a pod. But people were staring at us. They were afraid of us. Because he's got tattoos, he's kind of wild, I'm muscular, my shirt's off. And we assume, right, that these people are hostile. It's like the experiment when you walk into they did an experiment where you walked into the movie theater and all the dudes were all biker dudes just staring at you all hard. And like, do you turn around and go? Most people turn around and go. One guy just came in and then they went, yeah. And then he felt all good all of a sudden. It's happened to me. 20 different skinheads around me in Helsinki, coming on the late night train, 3 o'clock in the morning or whatever it was, 1 o'clock in the morning, all drunk. And if I didn't say chigata, they wouldn't have started laughing and I might have had a bigger problem. The world's not so smooth. It's not so linear. And anytime people can start bringing hate your way, negativity, drama, not a lot of torchbearers, not a lot of light wavers. You know what I mean? There's not a lot of light workers out there. There's a lot of toxic, narcissistic empaths. Oh, I'm an empath. Bro, you have narcissism too. You want to take care of yourself. You don't want somebody to come out and harm you. There's a lot of people that will retaliate. Just go up and slap someone in the face and see if you get away with it, right? Like all of a sudden, you're not so stoic, right? How many people are turning the other cheek? Are you Mahatma Gandhi? Okay, there was one Mahatma Gandhi. It was practicing peaceful resistance is a very fancy word, it, but in practice, it is a lot to lift. It's loaded, bro. That you're practicing some peaceful self resistance when someone's trying to headbutt you or kick you in the balls or break your phone. I had walked away earlier, literally 20 minutes before that. Walked away while you're yelling at my back, still shouting at me. Like, can't wait to fucking chew me out. I can't with you. I can't be near women that want to get that out of me. This is another thing I gotta learn. Listen to the videos, guys. Like, run. If you got a woman that's inciting violence out of you, bro, run. You know, there's no position for it. If you're in a relationship where people are young and it's not an emergency, you're already in an emotional abusive relationship. Some of these things are embarrassing to admit, right? This is why it's Saints Addiction, convict up front. You want to put your shame, otherwise you're going to internalize your shame. You're going to try to hide it from the outside world. You're going to try to mask it, cover it, numb it. And when you're numb, it means you also are flatlining. That means you're not going to get high either. You're not going to get any higher or feel any better. You're just going to flatline. You don't feel low anymore, but you're not going to feel high anymore. And high key, you want to stay high. You know what I mean? You want to be pumping yourself with as much endorphins you can from your physical body. We were looking at it today. Let me see. I guess I'll just show you screenshots since this thing's being tested. Connection failed. Connecting. Up to the connection, bro. Connection failed. I don't know what's going on with it. But the screenshots are dope because they do the animations of the after school and you're allowed to use them. They're not privacy protected. Is it on this one? No, but here's one from one of the other ones. The common girls play together, then they might want to hold hands, then they might be in love, then they might be a family. Now they got a cell phone between them. Now they're distracted. Now they're all ego. One's alone, one's posting their butthole, and then they're lonely and unhealthy. This is developments. This is the toxicity I'm talking about. Where it's so important, a virtuous signal to the outside world that I'm happy, everything's going okay. And the moment it's not, there's no one around to say it's not okay. There's no one to talk to. 5,000 friends, no one to talk to. No one knows about who the players are in the story. No one knows what's been going on with you because you haven't been communicating. And they're probably going through it too. So why reach out? What's the point of the connectiveness? Why have fucking 5,000 friends when there's not one to talk to, especially face to face? So we have an epidemic of loneliness. We have less friends, and we're making less love and being less healthy. We know that sex makes us feel better, but we're not having sex. We're having one night stands. We know that connection is the ultimate aphrodisiac, but we rather just keep sending texts. Well, right? Like, let's do it all through the phone. And the phone gets between us, and then we don't know how to communicate. We don't know how to conflict resolution. We haven't studied, de-escalation, right? No. A lot of this stuff comes out as anger and frustration and sadness. It comes out in weird ways. When I learned that the word anger had like sadness and loneliness connected to it, right? I couldn't fucking believe it. You gotta watch this from yesterday, but it talks about it. These are the aftermath of the feelings that we're so addicted to. There's a come down. When you come down off of anger, when you're done Hulk smashing, then there comes the accountability. Then you have to look around like FEMA and be like, how much destruction did I cause? Billions of dollars of destruction just from Mother Nature alone. Hell have no fury than a woman scorned. And I've scorned a woman. I burnt this woman because I was so in love with her, but she scorned me. And I'm like, tit for tat, you're bad, my bad, right? You miss, I miss, you miss. Um, it was just more like a bunch of misses. And we call them red flags, maybe, but it was just the way I wanted to be treated. And they said, don't let a woman treat you any which way because then she learns that she can manipulate you that way. And it's like, I'm dealing with an animal that's trying to search boundaries on me all the time. They're trying to look for the weakness in the chain. Do you not make enough money? Can you handle me at my worst? What if I'm abusive to you? And it's like, there's a little too many tests here, Raptor. This is an electric fence. Don't put hands on people and they won't put hands on you. Right? Don't start none, won't be none. Right? And my favorite, fuck around, find out. Keep fucking around. See what happens, bro. See who's gonna put up with that shit. Eventually, if you're toxic, you're toxic. You'll have less friends. You'll have no one to rely on. And usually you'll be torturing yourself. And it applies to me too. It's not like I'm just like, I'm telling you this and it doesn't come and touch me either. You know, I point at you, 3-4 fingers pointing back at me. This shit's real, bro. This stuff, this life game is really real. And I'm really out here. You know, I'm really out here. Right about my birthday, right after a fucking weed run. I should be doing a fucking weed review. I'll probably do a weed haul here shortly. But this is about toxicity. This is about me not adding positivity to it, me not getting a positive response out of it, and me not getting the results that I want. If it's meant to be, then it's up to me. This is what's different about the mental toxicity. It's going to be always outwards. It's always going to be victimizing, and they did this, and I'm right, they're wrong. Black and white thinking. And I already know how my black and white thinking gets. I already know how my stubbornness gets. I already know what's going to happen the more stubborn I get. And that's when I started to realize my own toxicity. I'm like, man, if I'm going to pump myself full of disbelief, why not pump myself full of belief? If I could pump myself full of chips and sugar and what is the other things? All, drugs, whatever. Why can't I pump myself full of hope, exercise, and journaling? You know, the same amount of effort for Saints Addiction I was putting in for chasing women and drugs and all the external things. Why can't I put that same energy into me in a positive direction? Why can't I turn it into push-ups? Why can't I turn it into sit-ups? Why can't I turn it into fasting? You know, I wanted to exhibit self-control. I wanted to see myself under fire, calm under fire, courage under fire, because it was coming at me. Did I perform at the best levels that I wanted to? No. Unfortunately not. Nope. Still getting handsy. I still not doing a good job of walking away. Apparently, I can just be punch down, punch down, punch down, punch down, never punch back. Me, my instincts are to fight. I'm a fighter. I'm a Taurus bull. It's like, you're coming at me, you're going to find out that I'm not to be fucked with. And you have your own self-defense mechanisms. You develop them as a child. You might not even know it. You might even date people that are like your parents. You might not even know it. Some of these girls wake up and they're just like, how the fuck did I end up dating a DJ that sleeps with all the other girls? You don't know. The actual things that you're attracted to, the things that you're addicted to. I'm telling you real quick, dude, these things take over our lives. They become part of our lives. And like every time my friend, I see him, he always has a drink in his hand. Have you ever had a fun moment without a drink in your hand? I'll wait. Okay, cool. Have you ever stopped putting your hands on somebody? I'll wait. Yeah, bro. And we do all these things behind closed doors. This is why it's like Saints Addictions. My truth is up front is because everybody likes to live in the darkness, bro. Like whatever you do in the dark will come out in the light. I'm not successful enough yet, so I got to get these websites up for my own finish line that I sought out 10, 15 years ago, and they still ain't making the money I want them to. I don't feel successful till at least making 10 grand a month was the goal. The goal was 3. Just magically 3,000 US dollars coming out of the ATM every month, and it would just be residual. I could do anything, live forever in paradise. But even paradise has its own problems. My friend's traveling all the way to Portugal. She's feeling depressed while she's traveling the world. I'm like, girl, you just saw the northern lights. But that's not how depression works. Depression doesn't count the the impact of the northern lights. It counted the impact of your life, all those years when you were raised wrong, or got bad programming, or were taught your by your mentors or your models, the people that modeled these behaviors to you, or neglected you sometimes, or started their own fucking mental games, and now you're a product of a narcissist. Welcome. This is what happens, right? And you didn't even know it. You didn't even know it. You're like, why am I dating these people? Oh shit, it's my pattern. These are my karmic patterns. These are the things that I do. And it was like, oh shit. That it's oh shit because one, I'm responsible and I owe some fucking apologies. And it's, I think that's level 9 on the 12 steps. Is not retribution, but it's not reciprocity. It's something else where you have to go back and apologize to people for your behavior. And then it's also, holy shit, I'm in the driver's seat. It's like, oh shit, I'm behind the NASCAR car. It's really fast, and I'm going really fast into a corner. Holy shit, I might need to hit some brakes. And to even have wherewithal, right, that I'm even a part of this shit. That I got the rudder, I got the steering wheel. When I was on lithium, I'll never forget. It was like trying to drive the car from the back seat. Like, okay, I'll take a turn now. You know what I mean? From the back seat. Like, I'm not really that in control of it. In NASCAR, you're white knuckle, 120 miles an hour, almost 200 miles per hour in Indy race cars. You need to be with it, bro. Like, with it. And that's what I heard about Lewis Hamilton, was he's one of the most naturally gifted fucking gun shooters. He's never shot guns in his fucking life. Not even a couple times in the snow. And then all of a sudden he showed up and he's an ace. He has that natural talent to stay focused in a Formula One car or with a gun and a sight. Me, I'm not that focused. I get so easily distracted. Things pull me, my emotions, my environment, um, my history, my past, all these things for the years getting to lead my reactions, getting to look at all these beautiful butterflies. Oh my god, those lights. Yeah, my whole life. And being an emotional person and being a reactive person, having little to no self control. Thanks, bugs. Then I could start seeing my forest through my trees. Then I was like, okay, you might be more toxic than you seem. You feel vindicated because that person made you feel a certain type of way, but it's not okay to treat anybody any type of certain way. There's going to be repercussions, and I lost my baby because I treated someone poorly. And it might happen again. Another Aquarius, another physical interaction, another lost baby, and I'm going like, you ain't a victim. You did the same shit you did before. You like to cheat on women because you feel abandoned. Relationship's over. Somebody else that you were already kind of seeing wants to fuck you. You're gonna fuck them, Mark. Your dog got to miss opportunities to get pussy because you know how short life is, and you've done that route before, where you honor it and then a missed opportunity, and then time never comes back, and neither does that other person. So you're being loyal for people that aren't being loyal to you. And then they want to pretend that they're being loyal to you, or signal that to the other people that I was so loyal to them, I so loved them. And then, if you love me so much, why are you rolling off with another dude on a motorbike, bro? If you love me so much, why aren't you fucking ripping off my clothes and making love to me? I wouldn't have to make love to anyone else if I was busy making love to you. They say people cheat when they feel unappreciated. They're also saying that I have low self-esteem, so therefore I have to get seen by other people. That's why I'm sitting alone in this jungle. I like to prove to people that I can be alone. There's a lot of alone times. You guys watch the 1,300 subscribers I got. It ain't blasted to a million motherfuckers. There's only a couple of people that tune in and they tune out. But I wanted to tune in. Thank you and such. Tune in. Started paying attention. Like these patterns that I'm creating out of mistrust, maybe new information. Maybe they're saying, I don't want to have this baby. Well, maybe if you don't want to have this baby, then I don't go to Brazil. There's an action. Maybe you sit me down and work with me instead of tiptoe around me. There's an action. Maybe you call out your own shit so I don't have to. There's an action. And that's all it was. Me calling out my own shit. Saints addiction. I wish I was just perfect with saintly, but it don't go that way. So flawed. Mistake master. Repeat my patterns. Addicted to the pussy. Still sex addicted. Still want to be sensuous. It's in my Taurus nature. I like being touched. I like being fucked. I like being in a cuddle puddle. It's me. I want to make love more than once or twice. Me and my ex used to have 3 times in the morning. She didn't know that. It was like every morning. And she would clock me too. She'd be like, I already only had 2. What up with that third one though? And I'm like, damn bitch, come on man. That was kind of like a joke. You know, it doesn't be 3 every morning. No, she would clock me. Chinese math. Like, where's my third one? And that was just me for the morning. Like 3 times in the morning is when I already gave you 2. I'm like, what the fuck, bro? I'm trying to explain to you that I like people to be all over me. I like to think that love is like that. You know, public displays of affection, the PDA, the fucking making out, the can't keep our hands off of each other. I get it up, you get it down. Call me crazy. But I'm learning. Why am I being attracted to these toxicities and these patterns? What makes me think that I'm going to save my mom? How can I be even nicer to my mom in that relationship? And to the moment that I can be nice to my mom is the moment I can be nice to a wife. Try not to date my mom. It's creepy, but a lot of dudes do it. Girls do it all the time. We call it daddy issues. We all got mommy issues, especially with single moms and trying to save them, be the provider that our father wasn't, and how hard it is to be a provider, how hard it is to even get your genetics into the future. Thank you, insects. Chinese girls ain't sleeping with the dude until he has a home. You're not even getting a date. Not even practice. That's crazy. You need the practice. You need this real-time, on-the-job training to see your own instabilities. You're only going to get called out because all your family's used to you. They have to put up with you. Now you're going to have to find a mate. You're going to have to get along with somebody with all your shit. Somebody's going to have to put up with your shit. Toxic as it is. And you're just like, oh, fuck, man. It's not swipe left till someone swipes right anymore. You got to get right to get to be on the left. You got to get right first before things go wrong. And it's a fucking eye-opening experience. Talking to yourself, sitting long enough with your feelings, staring at the fucking ocean, doing the swimming, doing the exercise, and then doing the accountability, doing the apologizing. You know? I wrote a whole fucking letter like, man, I should have never. It's still not enough. And I talk to friends where they're like, they've been in toxic relationships where it's never enough. Or where I'm always, me personally, still berating the point, continuing the argument. That's a narcissistic trait. Like, you haven't been punished enough, right? Punitive damages. There should be capital punishment. There's got to be some punishment for wrongdoing. There's never any forgiving. This sounds a lot like my father. And oh, you didn't do right by me, so you're on the outs. And how quickly love can be turned off. Oh, I was so in love with him. Was. Yeah, man. Well, I'm still, and I'm stuck, and I'm obsessed, and I'm curious, and I'm confused, and I don't know what to do, and I sit in that, keeping it real with everyone, because I think that they sit with it too. And maybe you're sitting in Finland watching this, one of my friends, or maybe you're in America and the sun's going down right now. But this isn't just me experience, bro. I take solace in that this isn't just me having complications in communication. It's not just me that's had a girl get physical. He said he woke up to her beating him. One of my friends woke up to her beating him, and then she texted him, "You can come back now." He's like, "Come back to what? You beating me again? Where's my apology?" She's like, "Oh, I had a dream," or he was sleeping. It wasn't the first time she was beating on him too. People get so frustrated. I know I do. I got frustrated with my mom, and I'm like, "Mom, I gotta get off this phone, man. What's going on with you? You like not mindful, calling me 6 a.m. going on about the Dollar Tree across the street. Like, what the hell, man? I got shit to do." Then I get the email, "Mark, it seems like you were mad at me." I'm like, "Mom, I was just frustrated." And there it is, just frustrated. It's not just frustrated, it's anger. And it's connected, probably to sadness. And we all do it. I know I'm not the only one that sits in a line and gets frustrated. Maybe I don't want to wait in this line, or maybe I don't want to wait in traffic. The road rage is everywhere. Trying to control the road, trying to control people's speed behind you, brake checking motherfuckers, starting shit, flipping people off, honking, yelling, all in front of their family. I've gotten out of a car once and almost beat up some dude in front of his family and wife. And he got all like, "What's up, homie?" I'm like, "What's up, homie?" You know, I'm about that life. Can't wait to lose my temper too. Can't wait to protect myself and my family, right? He's gonna go and protect himself and his family. Me, I'm on some come catch these hands. You did something to me. Well, maybe you did something to my car, but you didn't do something to me. But we take ownership of these things, like it's my car. Like the car can take a fucking accident. It's built to take an accident. 5 miles per hour, 15 miles per hour. I sold cars. It's built to do that, and that's replaceable. It might be expensive, but how about getting beat up in front of your family? How about the lack of self control in front of our loved ones? Okay, all right. How about de escalating and finding compromise? Patience is a virtue. Practicing virtues, or are we just virtue signaling? Should make a shirt, "Practicing over signaling." But yeah, you have options. They're not easy options. It's really hard, especially when you're in toxic environments. But that's part of life. We're part of our environments. Come on, phone. What is going on? My phone let me restart it. It's like slow. It's too slow for my liking. Practicing over signaling. You know, it behooves you. It's your chemical balance in your brain, all of us. And trust me, the sunshine helps. Trust me, the walking helps. The breathing helps. These are all for free. Um, but for sure, sitting there, ruminating, catastrophizing, it's for sure going to make it worse. You're for sure going to make your own hell inside of you. Just like my friend was saying, he's like, "We're both heaven and hell. We decide." He said, "I did my first ayahuasca experience and spent 1,000 years in hell, but infinity in heaven." Infinity in heaven. Well, let's do it then. Let's experience it all. Experience hell, but don't live there. Not for long. Come back up with the rest of us. We only have one life to live. Let's try to love it the most that we can. And that includes loving others. And I know it sounds more eloquent coming out of my mouth while I'm high in the morning motivation, but it's way better in practice. Like I said the other day, it's cool that you believe in my dreams. It's even cooler that you believe in yours. And pretty much that's my morning marijuana motivation. Wow. Something in my throat. But it's 11:11. Good time to quit anyway. You know, Saints Addiction. Please like, share, follow, subscribe, comment below. Peace and love on my heart from the start. And as always, Chigathon. But literally, you got your own battle in your head, and I hope you make the right decision. hope it works for you. And if it doesn't, I hope you work it till it does. That's your morning marijuana motivation. Get anything out of it, like, share, subscribe. But I'm always trying to interact with people. Do you process it the same way? Um, have you been able to stop the process and break a cycle? And what were your techniques? So then we can all learn together. Peace.